shotgun, it's Hill. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain. Guys, let's chat for a moment about Oregon. They've climbed into the top 10, been through some battles, proving themselves to be one of the best teams in the country. What do you think about their chances of staying there?
Well, they got to keep playing at a high level, and obviously they've had tons of success now to crack into the top 10. I'll tell you, when you get top 10, David, you get everybody's attention.
Yeah, you get everybody's attention, but I hope this team ain't just searching for a top 10. Like, I hope they're trying to be the best team in the country, and you hope the best is still to come for this squad.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Third down, and they'll need 5 to keep this opening drive moving. Moore from the gun on third down. Throws for the tight end. Out wide right, it's Johnson. He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the first down. They'll mark it right at midfield.
Remember back when I played for the Florida Gators, if you had 3,000 yards passing in a season, you might be an All-American. I know times have changed, but with that last completion, this guy's already over the 3,000-yard milestone this year.
The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The run inside. It's Davison. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Runs first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be third down.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
They need a huge play on 3rd and long. On the gun, on 3rd down, Dante Moore. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Right side, it's Johnson. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
And it's so fun to have that trump card, right? Like, it's almost like playing a video game with this guy. When you got a big tight end that can make plays, that gets open, that feels those soft spots in the zones, 3rd downs, money downs, the tight end is always open, especially with that big body. He finds him, and he gets the first down.
And the Ducks are rolling down the field. Dante Moore. Left side is Hill. Makes the grab down to me. Up the field. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
The top 10 number beside their name after this game will have because these two teams are very talented. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole more year.
Dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? You get an idea exactly where you stand right in the middle of the season. Playoffs down the road. Make your statement here today.
They'll come to the line for the 8th snap on this opening drive, facing a 3rd and short. He's got it. Made the grab and did just himself.
And after that touchdown, you can barely hear yourself think. Autzen Stadium, one of the most special places in college football, easily loud stadiums, is now going off. We've all games here before. We love coming to this place is magic because of these fans.
The ball bounces to the end zone and it will be a touchback.
wasting any time. You just watch the opponent go down there, first drive, touchdown. So right away, you're aggressive. You're throwing the football on your first play of the game, and you're getting a nice completion. Really nice job.
Slings it downfield. Oh, it's picked up. Rare mistake to this guy. And then goes in on him after a good return on the interception. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with a 7-7 lead. Moves it forward just a bit of pick up on 35. It's pretty obvious what they stake here, guys. Top 10 matchup, winner, good shot at playoff, and the loser is probably going to need some help.
Yeah, so further cementing your resume. Making that exclamation point on the schedule. Giving that committee something to look at and go, here's a 10-10 win. This is a big deal.
Makes the catch, and he's free. He wraps up some space and touches the Jets.
This offense is so, and they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so they can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. At the end of the play, there is still a member of the Fighting Irish down on the field. And he takes from inside the 5. Brings her out across the 25. Gets it back to the Irish. Touchdown, 27-yard line. Here come the Irish back on offense. They haven't exactly pushed out the starting blocks. They need to get something together with this possession. Runs through a tackle. They open the knee. Gain of 5 out to 33.
You know, you better tackle better on defense. You had a chance to make a big play. Missed the running back, and as a result, was getting positive yards. Defense has to do a better job of finishing.
Halfway there, first down, second and 5. Right to it. Breaks into the open. They'll get him on the ground at 46, and it'll be a first down.
And that's a first down for the offense.
So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Carr. Looking left. And they're not on the same page there.
Ace now, second down.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Back to throw, it's Carr. Looking down the middle. Finds a tight end down the gut. He got loose. Down at the 32. Coming to the line with another first down. Press center downs going to the air. Intercepted, a first half turn.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
Makes the grab in their space. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
When you you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Yeah, and you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the offense was going to be able to dig themselves out of this hole, but on second in California, they dial up the running play, now setting up third and short.
The Ducks come to the line needing just inches for the first down. Moore from the gun, trying to convert third down. Out wide left, it's Bear. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
Defense is about learning the plays. Third down, what do they like to do? How do they do it? So far, the offense having a little bit of success, but the defense now, you got to figure out what they'll do.
Ball marked at the 26. It's first and 10. Throwing Moore. Unloads to the right. That pass is incomplete.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
They'll need a bunch on second down. Out wide right, it's Johnson. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple.
That's a great example of the defense there, tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Again, it's Moore. Tight end finds a soft spot. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Here's Moore to throw. Quick completion on the out route. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. As we take a look at the stats, things a little one-sided so far. Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the second quarter is about to get underway. First play of the period will be a second down. Moore to the air. Under pressure. He's sacked. This defense all over him.
Yeah, that's a great job. And listen, this quarterback's had success. He's already thrown for 2 touchdowns. We got to make him feel uncomfortable. This is still early in the game. Nice job by the defense, getting a hit on the quarterback and making him think a little bit.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Moore from the gun on third down. He'll throw it. Got it! Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Really nice play call there because the defense might have been thinking on third and short in the red zone. They're probably going to run the football instead. They throw it, catch him off guard, and now they've got first and goal.
And the Ducks have it with a first and goal. Rush right in his face. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on first down in the red zone.
I like the aggressive nature by this offense. Everything screams run. First down and goal. Gonna run the football? No. They don't run the football. They stay aggressive. But the quarterback doesn't get reckless. He gets outside of the pocket, makes a good decision, throws it away, and lives the fight on second down.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, really good job by this defense staying positive. They gave up a bunch of yards, got down towards the shadow of their own goal line. 2 straight passes, 2 incompletions, trying to just get off the field here with only giving up 3 points.
In the gun on third down, Moore. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
You have to understand at home, it's really hard for a head coach to kick a field goal at this juncture after such a long drive. So many first downs. You've gotten right down to the doorstep. Fourth down, you want to be able to pay this thing off and punctuate this drive with a touchdown. Well, you're always going to wonder what woulda, coulda, shoulda happened on 4th and inches had they gone for it. But with this kicker, I like taking 3 points and putting it on the board.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Here's Carr to throw. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Makes the grab. They get him on the ground at the 36 after a pickup of 5. Notre Dame lines up quickly.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
He's got an open man. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
At the 37-yard line. First down for the offense.
They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Walton. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Notre Dame. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top 2 teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these 2 teams to be as good as they are.
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. That last drive was a long one, Jesse. They'd like this time to pay it off with a touchdown instead of a field goal.
No doubt, Reese. They had a lot of good stuff going that last drive. Need to get a tutty up on the board here to extend that lead, David.
And I think you definitely want a touchdown.
Sends it downfield. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. 2nd down coming up.
Pedal to the metal right now for this offense. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Here on their 3rd possession, they're still taking shots way down the field, and why not? Give the defense credit finally. Something good happens for them to get the incompletion, but if I'm this quarterback, I'm still throwing it deep.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
You want to make a guy that's elite, that's one of the best in the business, start to become more and more human. Keep getting hits on him. Nice job by the defense, getting in his face, being physical. Make him feel your presence. Don't let him get comfortable back there in that pocket.
From the gun on 3rd down, Dante Moore. Throws to the tight end. It's complete. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38.
Well, on a lot of third downs, tight ends can be a quarterback's best friend, but especially this guy. I mean, he's got a unique skill set catching the football. He could be the primary target, not just on this offense, but on offenses all around the country as well. And on that third down, really nice route, gets the separation, able to make the catch. They pick up the first, and they keep this drive alive.
7-yard pickup on that one. Is now 2nd and 3.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. On the ground with the counter. Tackle behind the line, and he'll lose 1 on the play.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Ducks line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. They take over late and they have enough time to put together a drive. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Fires to the tight end. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down.
Man, this offense, they needed that one in the worst way, right? They're getting blown out in this game so far, and as we get close to halftime, they've got to be able to put a good drive together. They've got to be able to come away with a touchdown here, close the gap a little bit going into the second half.
Notre Dame right back to the line. Back to pass, it's Carr. Buying time to his right. Slides to the ground, picks up the first down, and avoids the hit. From the 22 on 1st and 10.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
The Irish come to the line facing 2nd and short. Throwing, Carr. Here comes the heat. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And here's the chance to cut into that lead before halftime. 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Irish!
And that's exactly what the offense needed right there. A touchdown here, and I know it's taken a while. They hadn't had a lot of success up until that moment. Late in the second quarter, they finally were able to punch one in the end zone, and that's going to give them some confidence now to take into the locker room here shortly at halftime, but they've got to play much better in the second half.
He'll bring it out. It's Bear. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Moore. Look out. Caught. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
Quarterback signaling to his guys. Moore will throw. Fires to the big fella. He's down right there, short gain on the grab. Now Oregon will call its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Second and long here. Dante Moore. He's going to fire deep. It's a big stride inside the 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Oregon. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And the extra point is good. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. This late in the half, here's the question: how aggressive will the play calling be? Hits inside, it's Walton. They make the stop, but he's got enough for the first down, and now this offense might have a chance to do something. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Carr. They're all over him. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. So the offense doesn't want to take a chance here. They'll just come out and take a knee and wrap up the half. As expected, looks as if they'll run it out and go into halftime with a lead. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Guys, thanks. Welcome into the Week 11 version of the EA Sports College Football Update Show as we inch closer to bowl season. We begin our coverage with Florida State taking on the number 16, the Virginia Tech Hokies. And it's the Hokies on the losing end right now of a tight one. This legit playoff contender kind of stumbled out of the gates, and while there is time to turn things around, they had better start soon.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple.
And his fifth interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception.
And you can't start the half any better than that. You talk about going in, making halftime adjustments, talking about what they did. It looks like they knew exactly what they were going to do. Come out, read the pass, break on the football, make the pick, and draw first blood here in the third quarter.
Great place to start for this offense. Throwing more. He'll pull it down. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the first down, new set of downs, let's go.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Hill. Shakes off the defender. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read. Read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Motion from the wide receiver. Here's more to throw. Right side, it's Bear. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Moore from the gun, trying to convert 3rd down. Touchdown, Ducks! And the pummeling has started. This dude is revving his engine like that duck coming out on a motorcycle. He is putting up points and finding the promised land.
And it's nice to have a guy that can do that. Goodness gracious, they just keep finding at Oregon is trigger men. Not only throw the football, but guys who can pick them up and put them down and make big plays.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
6-yard pickup on 1st down, leaves them with 2nd and 4. Here's Carr to throw. Still looking to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half, but, man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the 3rd quarter. They got to get it going now.
Carr from the gun on 3rd down. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. Made that play and was hoping to make another one on the return, but they'll take it in business at the 41.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the 3rd quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the 3rd quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Running inside, it's Davison. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get concerned, and that's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
He'll be brought down inside the 10-yard line at the 9.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be...
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! more to the board with that trip to the house.
I think that pass play was simply designed just to get him the football in space and let him do the rest. Obviously, they're not throwing that into the end zone, but they feel like they've got guys, especially at the running back position, that if you just give them an opportunity, they can make people miss and score like he did right there.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Here come the Irish, back on offense. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. Got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot to win this football game.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy and you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find yourself behind on the scoreboard.
The Irish might opt to take a shot here on 2nd and inches. Quick give. It's Walton. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Got the first down. Got a little grass. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
He had to fight for a couple down to the 33.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Lets it fly. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14.
Are you kidding me? Lucky number 7. He's got 7 interceptions on the season, consistently around the ball. High IQ, breaks on the football great. This guy just makes play after play after play.
They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. Moore. He tries to take the top off. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Not much there. They'll give him 1 to the 14.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
3rd and long, a lot of ground to cover. Moore from the gun on 3rd down. Still looking. Fires to the middle. Left side is Hill. Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line. It'll be first down.
And this 4 vertical play is something that every offense in the country has in their playbook, but they don't all run it as good as this offense does. Really nice job making the play call, but when you've got athletes like this and a quarterback that can fit the football into small windows, good things generally happen. That is tremendous execution on that pass play.
Dante Moore. It's dropped after taking the hit.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
From the gun, it's Davison. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
Man, those are so hard to defend. You know, the quarterback, obviously he's doing the run-pass option and creating some indecision in my head. And look at that. He hands it off, and the back gets a quick 10, easy. You know, like just chews up yardage. Just really, really tough to stop those kind of plays.
Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Oregon! That's 3 touchdowns in this game, and he's up to 11 on the season.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. And it seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he tacked on the extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes on a pass from 40 yards out. Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. let that one off. It'll be a delay of game. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. The run inside. It's Walton. Navigates that mass of bodies and gets 4 out to the 17. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short if teams want to make their move in the rankings. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. They give it to him again, and he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Yeah, this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's in the fourth quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
Picked off, that's number 15 on the year. Got some room to run. And with the pick six, touchdown Ducks. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And all this defense has done all game long is be absolutely dominant. They have been shutting them out, whether they've tried running it, whether they've tried throwing it. They've been creating takeaways. You get the pick six right there. You just can't say enough good things about how this defense has played today.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Keep it on the ground. Swamped immediately.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Looking for a gap. It's Walton. He's knocked down just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. It brings up 4th down. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. He gets a block. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Rides to the back. There he goes. Fights off a defender. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. The give on the counter. Found a little crease and turned that into a productive run.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Got 6 on first down, now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. Trying to slip through and pick it up. He was fighting and struggling his way, trying to get that first down. Instead, they'll be faced with 4th.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first down.
Up and hold on just a minute. They have decided to take the points here. Thought they might go for it on 4th and short. It is good. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Young. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Keeping it on the ground inside, it's Walton.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much, they need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back. The next opportunity, the next moment, because today, oof, it was not a good day.
Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
Well, I think the offense at this point now, they're just trying to limit the damage. They want to get out of here and move on, turn the page to the next game because things just have not been going their way, throwing or running the football.
Third and short, they've got them back up inside the 20, and the D can get the ball back here. Follows his blocks. It's Young. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1. A low line drive and not his best work. Makes the catch near the 50. They bring him down strong.